Good afternoon, everyone. 12th class, subject accountancy. Accountancy. Subject accountancy. Topic is revaluation. Topic is yes. Topic is revaluation account. So first write down the meaning of revaluation account. Write down everyone. Revaluation account is an account which is prepared just a minute beta. Yes beta. So it is an account which is prepared to record revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities. Reassessment of liabilities. Yes. So this is the account which is prepared to record the revaluation of assets and reassessment of the liabilities. So when there is a change in the value of the assets, then it is known as revaluation. And when there is a change in the value of liabilities, then it is known as reassessment. So this is the account which is prepared to record all such changes, because with the passage of the time, the value of assets may increase or decrease. Similarly, the value of liabilities may increase or decrease. Maybe some of the liabilities are there which we have not recorded in the books. So now we have to record them. So in this case, the liabilities will be increased. And there may be some type of liabilities which in future are not to be paid. So in that case, the value of liabilities will be decreased. So this is an account which is prepared to record all these changes. So whenever there is a reconstitution of partnership, when it is prepared, yes, when it is prepared. So revaluation account is always prepared at every reconstitution of the partnership. So it is prepared at the time of reconstitution of partnership. And what is the reconstitution? Reconstitution means change in partnership deed or change in profit sharing ratio of partners. And we all know the occasions when the partnership deed or the profit sharing ratio is changed, like with every admission, retirement, death, or change in ratio, the chapter which is going on, change in profit sharing ratio. So these are the occasions when we need to prepare the revaluation account. So both of these two are the one marker question. Now next, nature. What is the nature of revaluation account? So its nature is nominal account. It's a nominal account. Just like all the accounts have some nature. So revaluation account is the nominal account by nature. So with all the expenses, it will be debited, or increase in the assets, it will be debited. And with all the losses, it will be credited. Here, next, what is the alternate name? Alternate name is the profit and loss adjustment account. Okay. The alternate name is profit and loss adjustment account. So this is all about revaluation account. Now we will be just learning how the entries are passed for revaluation account. So this account will be prepared only to record the changes in the value of assets and liabilities. So first, when there is increase in assets, you all know that whenever there is increase in asset, then assets are debited. So in each case, the second account will be the revaluation account. Okay. So when asset is increased, then the entry will be asset account debit to revaluation. As the asset is increased, so with the increase in asset, the asset will be debited. And as the nature is nominal, so revaluation account is credited. So increase in asset means profit, and profits will be written on the credit side. Clear? And this entry will be passed with the change in the value, with the difference amount. Suppose, for example, earlier the value of furniture was 50,000. Now the value of furniture has been increased. This is the new value, 60,000, and this is the old value. So the value of furniture is increased by 10,000. So this entry will be done not by 50,000, not by 60,000, but with the change difference value. Okay, so this is the difference or the change. So this entry will be the asked with the amount which is changed, means with the profit or loss. This entry will be passed always with the profit or loss. Second entry in case of decrease in asset. So it will be the reversed entry, decrease in assets. So now asset is decreased. It means the entry will be reversed. So it will be the revaluation account debit to asset. Again with the difference value, and in place of asset, you will be writing the name of the asset. Suppose there is a decrease in the value of furniture. So you will be writing revaluation account debit to furniture. Revaluation account debit to furniture. If the value of machinery is decreased, then you will be writing revaluation account debit to machinery. Third, increase in liability. Increase in liability. So could you please tell me the journal entry for increase in liability? Anyone? As liabilities have credit balance. So when liability increases, it is, yes, you can make your own entries better. Yes, tell me the entry fast. Whenever there is any increase in liability, then what will be the journal entry?
Ma'am, revaluation account debit to liability.
Very good. Revaluation, very good Ambika. Revaluation account debit to liability. Why liability is credited here? Because when liability increases, it is always credited. This rule we have already studied in 11th class. So the same rules will be always followed. Whether you are doing the accountancy of BCom, MCom, the rules will remain same. So this entry will be passed. Fourth entry, decrease in liability. So again, the reverse entry will be passed. Decrease in liability means liability will be debited. So liability account debit to revaluation account. Liability account debit to revaluation account, and amount we will be just writing the difference of the old value and the new value. Always the difference amount will be written. Fifth entry, suppose there is an unrecorded asset and you want to record it. Write down for unrecorded asset. Unrecorded asset means at the time of reconstitution of the firm, the partners found that one asset was there which was not shown in the books of account. So now the partners want to show it in the books of account. So it means there was an unrecorded asset. Unrecorded asset means earlier that particular asset was not in the books of account, and now you want to show the asset in the books. So in this case, the asset will be increased. So the same entry will be passed, which we have earlier passed for the increase in asset. So the entry will be unrecorded asset. Unrecorded asset. Asset is increased, and whenever asset is increased, it is debited to revaluation account. And the whole value of the asset will be written here. Why the whole value? Because earlier that particular asset was not in the balance sheet, but now you want to show it. So you have to enter the asset with its whole value. Suppose there was a typewriter in your business, but earlier it was not recorded in your business, in your books, and the value of the typewriter is 5,000. Now, at this time, you want to record this typewriter in your books. So the journal entry will be typewriter account debit or office equipment account debit to revaluation, and the whole value of typewriter will be written. Clear? Next, sixth entry, which is the case of unrecorded liability. So it will be treated just like there is increase in liability. Unrecorded liability. So there was an unrecorded liability. There was Mr. Sham, from whom you have purchased goods on credit, costing rupees 5,000. But by mistake, you have forgot to write the name of Mr. Sham in the books. It means Mr. Sham was not in your balance sheet as a creditor. So you have to record Mr. Sham. So in this case,
मैं बताऊं?
yes, हाँ बताओ. Liability will be increased.
Revaluation account debit to liability account.
Yes, liability, one name of the liability is given. So you will be using the name. So the entry will
Unrecorded
be,
liability.
yes, revaluation account debit to liability. And if the name is given, then you will be writing Sham. And if name is not given, then you can write creditors, liabilities. So there may be just like some outstanding expenses which were not earlier recorded. So basically only two entries are there. Increase in liability and increase in asset, and the other entries will be the vice versa. Increase in asset, I am repeating all the entries before going to the last entry. So increase in asset, asset account debit to revaluation. Decrease in asset, reverse entry, revaluation to asset. You have to keep in mind the rules of debit and credit while doing any journal entry in revaluation account. Asset increases, debit. Asset increases, decreases, credit. And the other account will be always the revaluation account, because here we are making the revaluation account. So for all the changes in the value of assets and liabilities will be recorded through revaluation account. Here, increase in liability, revaluation to liabilities, decrease in liability, liability to revaluation, unrecorded asset account debit to revaluation, it will lead to increase in asset, it will lead to increase in liability, unrecorded liability. Revaluation account to liabilities. Now start making of revaluation account. All these are the journal entries. In paper, journal entry may be asked or the revaluation account may be asked. So now I am preparing revaluation account. Yes, posting you all know very well. So if you are not having the time for doing the posting, you just want to find out the profit or loss on the revaluation account. So in that case, you can just prepare the revaluation account without passing the journal entry. But you must know the journal entry. Why? Because any MCQ can come on the base of journal entry, in which the journal entry may be asked or the revaluation account profit or loss can be asked. So journal entry and account, both you should know. And now I'm telling you the technique of making revaluation account without passing the journal entry, so that your time is saved. Okay. So this is the debit side of revaluation account. This is the credit side. And this is the particulars, amount, then again particulars and amount. As I told you, it is a nominal account. So in nominal account, with the profits, it is credited, and with the losses it is debited. So when there will be the profits, when the increase in the assets will be there by increase in assets. So all the increase in assets will be recorded in the credit side. Similarly, if the liability is decreased, then it will lead to the profit. So by decrease in liabilities, or in the other way, you can write like this for the better understanding. If assets are increased, then it will be recorded on the credit side, and the decrease in liabilities will be recorded in the credit side, and these both will be leading to the profits. So that's why they are recorded on the credit side. So this technique you can use, and by using this technique, there is no need of passing the journal entry. But you must know the journal entry. Okay. So this side vice versa. So in this side, 2, decrease in assets, 2, increase in liabilities. Or we can write assets decrease, liabilities increase, vice versa. And both of these two things will lead to the losses, and losses are always debited. If your asset value is decreased, it means you have incurred a loss. If your liability is incurred, earlier the liability was not there, but in future a new liability is there, so it means there is a loss to you because you have to pay something more to the liabilities, so it will lead to the loss. So finally this account will be closed down as all the accounts. So just like we have closed the profit and loss appropriation account, so similarly this account will be closed down, and for closing the account, any of the account, balancing is done. So balancing means totaling of both the sides will be done, then the lesser side will be subtracted from the more side. Okay, so suppose this side is 80,000 and this side total is 50,000, so the balance is 30,000. So this 30,000 will be returned just like the profits, like we were writing in the P&L appropriation account, to profits transferred to partners capital account. Profits transferred to partners capital account, A, B, C, and the ratio will be always used old ratio. Please mention here, as it can be the very important one marker question, that revaluation profits are shared in which ratio. Total 4 ratios are there: old ratio, new ratio, gaining ratio, sacrificing ratio. So revaluation profits, all the accumulated profits, everything is shared in old ratio. Only the treatment for goodwill is done in the gaining ratio or sacrificing ratio. So now if this side is more, debit side is more and credit side is less, debit side is more than the credit side, then it will lead to the losses, and the losses will be distributed among all the partners in their old profit sharing ratio. Now the journal entry can be asked in one marker, what is the journal entry, or what journal entry will be passed to distribute the profits of the revaluation account. So journal entry will be the revaluation account debit to partners capital. This journal entry will be passed for distributing the profits. Suppose there are 2 partners, so 2A, 2B, and if the capitals are fixed, then the entry will be passed through current account, and if the capitals are fluctuating, then the journal entry will be passed through capital. So I'm writing here capital / current, capital / current, and if there are losses, then the reverse entry will be passed. This entry will be passed for losses. Yes, entry will be reversed, as with the losses partners will be partners capital will be decreased. So whenever capital is decreased, it is debited. So A is capital account debit, B is capital account debit to revaluation account. Here, this is the entry for the losses. So here I have explained the whole topic, meaning of revaluation account, alternate name of the revaluation account, when it is prepared, why it is prepared to record, why it is prepared to record all the changes in the values of asset and liabilities. When it is prepared at the time of reconstitution. Reconstitution means change in profit sharing ratio. And this is prepared to record the revaluation of the assets and reassessment of the liabilities. Then if journal entry is asked, you are going to pass the journal entry. If direct the profit or loss is asked, then you need to make the revaluation account. And I have also told you the technique that how you can prepare the revaluation account without making the journal entry. So if there are any profits, so credit side is reserved for the profits and debit side is reserved for the losses. And when the losses will be there, when the asset value will be decreased or the liability will be increased, and vice versa for the profits. Then finally, the account will be balanced and the profit or loss will be calculated. So I hope I am clear with the topic.